Greetings. Hi. Hello. Welcome to and/or welcome back to my page. I'm Fire Lotus the Witch, and today we're doing a segment of tea time and a timeless card pull. So, I just recently got a new deck, which is the Tatotorial. It is an amazing, this is specifically the Tatotorial Expended, but this is a tarot deck that was created to, well, help you learn tarot. So I'm going to pull some of these, and then obviously we're going to be pulling from the Appalachian Spirit. But all right, Spirit, what do we know? What do we need to know on a collective level? This is a timeless message, which means at any point in time that you find it, it is meant for you in some way, shape, or form. I am very new to doing collective card pulls, okay? But I've already posted one before, and the feedback that I got was like, yes, do more. So I will be doing more. All right, Territorial, Ancestors, Universe, for anybody who is watching this, what is a message that they need to know? Now, I'm also going to be honest with you. There's a reason I wanted the tutorial, because I myself, I know tarot, but yeah, I'm better with Oracle. So. All right, we're going to draw 3 cards from the Tatotorial. We have Temperance, Harmony, Moderation, Patience, Alchemy, Balance. We have Reverse, the 3 of Pentacles. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So, what am I getting from Tempest? And on the card, avoid extremities in any direction. Taking the middle road is a decision-making in all things. Try to bring a balance. Go forward with patience. Be sure to shift through your priorities. So, let me... So, with this one right here, I'm getting... don't do anything extreme, okay? Try to meet with the middle ground, right? Now, at the same time of that, obviously stand up for what you believe, but pick your battles, right? So if you know somebody is going to come at you and you know that they're fully set in their ways, okay? Some of you in these trying times, you need to watch your vices, okay? This is about temperance, finding that balance. Now, also know that your balance and my balance is not the same thing. Balances that you had a week ago, a month ago, they're not the same, because we are ever evolving and ever expanding, which means our definitions of balance are also going to be expanded. Most importantly, though, you cannot look at other people around you and be like, okay, that's what I want, that balance. Their balance and your balance are not the same. It's like looking at another witch's practice. You can look at it and try to find inspiration behind it, but you can't look at it and be like, oh, this is what it looks like to be a witch. It is your craft, okay? Numerology-wise, Jupiter, okay, so there is, they've got planetaries and stuff like this. This is the fire card. Numerology 5, okay, so look for 5, okay? 5 will guide you to where you need to go. Also, look into working with Jupiter for some things. Jupiter is great for wealth, prosperity, and a multitude of other things as well. Now we have the 3 of Pentacles reversed. Disharmony, disorganization, couple conflict, working alone. The team is competing with one another, acknowledging each individual's unique gifts, and ensure that all feel they contribute to the whole. You may also be working in a mundane job and feeling undervalued. Okay, for one, I definitely feel that. Also know, when it comes to the mundane job, if you do a prosperity spell or like a money spell, you are going to get called in on your day off. Okay, that's typically how they work. Because again, when we do spell work, we have to open the road and make sure that we've opened up every pathway that we can in our lives for that intention that we're trying to bring into us to be able to get to us sooner. This is what I mean by doing the footwork and homework. Social media has made it to where when you light a candle, you burn the candle, boom, it's done. No, it's not. You then need to show the universe in every way, shape, or form that you actually want this, and you're opening up that pathway to make sure that it can get to you easily. Now, I feel like with the couple aspect, what I'm sensing is kind of with the Temperance card as well, is I feel like there are some things that are unbalanced. But instead of going into it saying, yo, pick up the fucking slack, go into it and be like, hey, I've noticed that here recently, you know, the responsibilities not really balanced. So what can we do to discuss getting that more of a balance? Because in relationships, it's not always 50-50, okay? I'm sorry, it's not. That's bullshit. But also go into it saying, okay, I'm trying to hear you. I'm trying to hear your side. Don't go into it saying, hey, this is fucked up. You need to get your shit together. And in some situations, you may have to say that. But don't go into it trying to argue, okay? And try to find somewhat of a middle ground, right? Let's see. Team is competing with one another. Also, don't compete with yourself. Don't compete with other people, okay? In a time where we feel like we must, don't, okay? Find your stride and work with that to the best of your ability. And acknowledge the things around you. Acknowledge, there's, in the Appalachian spirit, there's this card where it's like, you know, you need to be appreciative of what you have, right? Do that. Look at your partner or your significant other and be like, hey, thank you so much for doing this small task, okay? It goes a long way. Numerology of the day, 3 and 12. And Mars, and this is Earth. Okay? So yeah. And just know that if you are feeling undervalued, I see you. You have a rhyme, a reason, a time, and a place. Sorry if you hear that. It's trash day. But yeah, you know, look in that, and you may feel undervalued, but you yourself have a lot, okay? You're doing the hard work. You're having to put up with a bunch of bullshit. I fully get it. And this may be some aspect. If you've been thinking about trying to find another job, take this as your opportunity and your sign to, yeah, start investigating and researching into looking for another avenue as a job. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles. Efficiency, responsibility, hard work, productivity, routine. There's a need to be a trustworthy and reliable. The daily grind of responsibilities might not be the most exciting, but you will reap great rewards if you put your head down and put in the work. So sometimes we don't need to be heard. We don't need to be seen to be able to do what we need to do, okay? There's this aspect where routine, though, be careful with that routine. If you follow routine too much, it becomes a prison because you basically experience Groundhog Day, where you get so worked in that routine that it feels like every single day is the exact same day. That's going to put you into a rut or a funk, okay? So change the aspect of that. Trustworthy and reliable. Also, don't overcommit to shit. Okay, I know what it's like to be put on the spot with anxiety where you like say, yes, I'll do that. And then the moment in time comes and you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this. Just say that. Okay, be like, hey, I will be there to the best of my abilities if I can, depending on what's going on, right? Open communication is key. But I do believe you are going to triumph. You are going to reap those rewards, but you still got to do the hard work. Okay, so that is the collective tarot part of this. Now, again, I hope that resonates with some. Also, the numerology of the Knight of Pentacles, 12, 3. It's also an Earth. Oh, I didn't realize these also have Tarot, or Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay. Now, let's get into these. I also am excited. I've got to edit it a little bit, but I finally did the breakdown of that deck in video format. It's a live, it's an unlisted live, but I will be posting that later on today, okay? But yeah, don't overwork yourself at all. I cannot express that enough, because I feel like even with the tarot, me not holding it right now, there's this aspect of with the Temperance, make sure you're not overextending yourself either, all right? I understand hard work and getting shit done, but overextending yourself to the point where, yeah, you get it done, but now you're completely dead, not the case, okay? Find your balance of giving and taking, but not making sure the other party is not taking everything from you without replenishing it as well. All right, the Appalachian Spirit, what is it that we need to know today? Also, stay rooted and drink some tea today, okay? It doesn't have to be brewed tea. It can be a bottle tea. Just get some tea and some water in you, okay? Also, now's the time. Get a snack, okay? And make sure you're taking your medications, okay? We all have our own routines, okay? Okay, we're back. All right. Also, make sure you're taking care of yourself too, okay? Check in with yourself. How are you doing? And sometimes it's okay not to be okay, okay? Just have to say that. Right now, I'm I guess we'd call this channeling collectively, okay? Also, I feel like some who need to hear this, remember when you get imposter syndrome, it means that you are ready for the job, okay? And also always remember that there are some opportunities that present themselves in unexpected ways, okay? But it's up to you to seize those opportunities, and sometimes seizing that opportunity is slightly stepping out of your comfort zone, okay? And just going with the flow of things, because you have no idea. So there's so many times where I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this. And then I heard, do it. So I slightly stepped out of my comfort zone, opened up so many doorways, okay? All right, collectively, what do we need to know? I'm also going to draw 3 cards from here. We have nettle tea. You don't need advice. Your intention is enough, nettle tea, which is so cool because I'm drinking tea and this is tea time. We have the creek, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Also, if you are in an area that is experiencing extreme flooding, just know that I am holding as much energy and sending y'all as many good thoughts. I wish I could do more. I have been lighting a candle as well, but yeah, I hope you're doing okay, and I hope you hear from your family as well. And then we have soup. Soup means make do with what you got. This was the card that I was talking about. Holy shit, that is so cool. I love when Spirit does that. All right, so let's go with nettle tea. I'll be reading directly from the book. So, you don't need diction. Your intention is enough. The nettle tea card calls to you to trust your intuition as a guide through life's uncertainty. Much like how traditional healers rely on nettle for their natural medical properties without the need for modern validation. The card affirms that in your inner knowing is a powerful tool for navigating the world, encouraging you to listen and trust your gut feeling as you would trust the healing properties of nettle tea. Nettle tea reduces inflammation in the body. The card suggests that trusting your intuition will reduce inflammation into your life. So I do have a slight disclaimer before drinking nettle tea and or any other herbal tea. Talk to somebody who knows and or is an expert, because there are teas that can affect medication and stuff like that. But I'm also sensing there's a lot of anxiety, and I get this a lot. I've had to teach myself this. But remember that most of the time your intuition and your gut feeling, for one, it's going to be in your gut, right? It's going to come from the stomach. Your intuition typically is that thought where there's no questioning it, right? But there are moments where if you have anxiety, there have been moments where you thought you were trusting your intuition, but in reality, you were trusting that anxiety. Sometimes they mix up. Then it slightly puts doubt in your own intuition, all right? Go back to those days where you fully trusted your intuition and it got you to where you were, all right? Spirits are going to do everything they can to make sure we get 100% of 100% of the things that we need, as long as we're putting in the work. So trust your intuition and ask yourself, where's your intuition guiding you? And sometimes we need to step away from the crowds. We need to step away from the computers and phones and fully quiet the world around us and go within and be like, okay, Spirit, as in you're talking to your spirit, where are we going? What do you really want me to believe? What are you saying? What are you sensing? All right. And remember, if it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, it's a duck. Okay. Had to put that out there. All right. Let's go to the creek. I will say there's a lot of energy right now in this room that I'm in right now. Ironically, that's right next to it. We have the creek card, and then we have the nettle tea. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I have a personal mantra: everything is forgeable. In saying this, I'm acknowledging the ebb and flow of life with a belief that my life is unfolding for my highest good. When upright, the creek card reassures you that if you trust life to guide you in your right direction, nothing will block your safe passage to your destination. Whether physical or metaphysical, find peace in your journey by embracing the ideas that even unexpected events can lead to beautiful discoveries. Even if the creek don't rise, trust that everything aligns in your favor. Literally what I was talking about earlier. Sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone, and or sometimes we look at things, we're like, oh my God, Prime example of this, when Mercury retrograde rears its upper head, other ugly head, there's so much fear behind it, right? Because, oh my God, I just started a job. Does that mean I'm going to lose it? Oh my God, I have a job interview today. Does that mean I not need to take it? No. Mundanely, you need to make sure those lights are staying on, right? But again, this is insight. If you know that if you potentially start this job, not to mention astrologically speaking, retrogrades will not always affect you in a negative way. Okay, they could be some of the most positive aspects that you have that entire month. It's all about the birth chart, right? But most importantly, retrograde, due to the society that we have been taught in, which is when something is taken away from us and we want it, we automatically think we're being, we're being punished. You're not. Sometimes universe is going to step in and remove things for you, and you may look at that as a bad thing, but you don't see what's behind it when it's removed. It removes something toxic, thus lighting away and opening a new path for something bigger and better. A lot of the times when we do spell work, and I cannot express this enough, if you do spell work, yes, sitting down and visualizing and or thinking or writing it down, however you do that, with, okay, this is the working, this is what I want it to do, this is how it brings in. As a person who sells services, I tell people, for one, obviously magic's not 100% guaranteed, because it's not. That doesn't mean you failed. That just means that at that moment in time, you don't need this, right? But there's this aspect where when the spell work manifests in our lives, but it doesn't manifest the way that we looked at it, and we're like, oh my God, it failed. No. I have had spell work that I've done for custom people where they got back with me and they're like, well, this did not go the way that I wanted, but it did go the way that we needed. Because again, sometimes we think that we know what's best. In reality, we don't. Okay? So just allow the universe to help you out and to help change that perspective. And which we're about to go into, the soup beans, make do with what you got. All right? Now, I read this card the other day. It's the first time I pulled it, and I was like, well, fuck. All right, ancestors. I needed to really know that. Make do with what you have. In the upright position, the soup bean card encourages mindfulness and presence, inviting you to appreciate the simple fulfillment moments in life. Like savoring a pot of soup beans garnished with chow chow or onions, the card urges you to pause and truly experience what is right in front of you. Embrace the richness found in simplicities. Let go of overthinking in the pursuit of more. By grounding yourself in the present and valuing what and who you have, you can cultivate a sense of contentment and gratitude, discovering joy in the life and small things, genuine part of life. So, slight story time to kind of emphasize that. So, I'm one of those people where it does not take much to make me happy in any way, shape, or form. Okay, you can bring me a rock, you can bring me a flower, not a bouquet, right? And the reason I love this is because I love the memorial things, the things that I have memories of, because I've lived so many different lives where I've had everything, I've had nothing at all. But it was the simple things that got me through. So like with me and my partner, I like to go out and do things for the experience and the memory of it, right? Because when life is hard as fuck, we can look back and be like, look, it wasn't always dark and stormy and stressful. We had all of these beautiful moments. The amount of times that we've had absolutely nothing and we pulled it together, and it was some of the best moments that we've had because we didn't have all these distractions. We were just here in the center moment. One of my very first videos that I posted on here, I was talking about, thank God I don't have one of these phones to where I'm constantly glued to the phone, right? Lo and behold, 2 years later or a year and a half later, I got the phone. And now the amount of time that I spend on this damn thing, I hate it so much. But it also is a very weird time in human history because you can't really, I mean, you can, but with what I do, technology has to be involved. But it's also about temperance, finding that perfect balance between not overindulging, but also having it in my life in a healthy way, right? So enjoy the things that you do have right now. And especially when it comes to the people, enjoy them while you have. Okay, this is your moment. Call that person, text that person, even if it's just like, hey, life's been hard. I just wanted to check in. I just wanted to let you know that you were in my thoughts. You have no idea how much a single text message can change everything. When me and my partner first started talking, what set him in for me, I literally, the following morning, the very night that we were talking, the following morning, as soon as I woke up, I said, good morning. He had not really experienced that. It was the small things. Okay, you have no idea what a single compliment could do to completely change somebody's entire day. When I used to work in customer service, I would try to compliment people, whether it was on their rings, their nails, something. And it wasn't a way that I was like, hey, smile. You need to smile. No, it was just like, hey, I love that. That's really cool. All it takes is that one compliment, that one text, that one phone call. Well, Lotus, I haven't talked to this person in over a year. That's okay. Personal experience, slight trigger warning. I used to have these two friends. We were all roommates. It was four of us. And life has kind of, we've all went different directions. And I hadn't really talked to this one person in probably about 2 years. I got a phone call about, I think it's been 2 weeks, sometime in January, that she's no longer with us, unfortunately, due to domestic violence and some other things. And it fucked me up so much because I was like, fuck, I haven't talked to her in like 2 years. So what did I do? All the other friends that I used to talk to, I sent them a message. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm just thinking of you. Okay? So always, always be in the moment and enjoy those moments. Okay? As always, I hope this resonates. Take what doesn't, leave what does. Take what does and leave what doesn't. I am going to start hopefully doing these. I'm going to try once a week, but I'm trying to find my own balance of things. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, commenting, share this, send this to somebody who also may need to know it. And as always, what is a good book that you've recently watched? What's a series or a movie that you are highly anticipating and very excited to watch? Okay, what is something you're planning on doing in the spring? As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you get all the notifications of when I go live and or post videos. And as always, the information for the tarot tutorial and the Appalachian guidebook will be posted in the description. Add it to your wish list, you know, share it to a friend. I'm obsessed with the Appalachian deck. As you can tell, that shit is spot on. But yeah. Hope you're having a great day. And remember, you are loved, you are wanted, you have a rhyme, a reason, a time, and a place. Just because you don't see that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Okay? And you're strong as fuck and magical as fuck. Okay? So go be magical.